Now I will pass to our general evaluator, who will evaluate everybody and everything who has not yet been evaluated at the meeting this morning. Her favorite dessert is cheesecake, any type, which makes her a very easy guest. Please welcome to the stage, Jess Young.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster, and good morning, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. I sort of felt we had a wee bit of a kind of lovely theme running through our meeting this morning. Maud talked it off about fear. Our Sergeant at Arms also, our acting president kicked it off around the vaccine thing. So I wanted to pick up today on how I think all of our functionaries have done a brilliant job at really kind of helping us to feel safe in this virtual meeting space. So I'll go first to Stephen, our guest host, who had a huge amount of energy. He drenched us in energy this morning. I think Farella got a hey, hey, hey when she joined into the meeting, setting the tone brilliantly. I think the other thing that Stephen did really, really well is he really showed his own fallibility. He talked about how, he's applauded himself again when he got introduced. And I think that really sets up a wonderful kind of tone. But this is a space where it is scary, but you are safe here, and we can all kind of be vulnerable and be accepted for that. Moving on to Alex, our Sergeant at Arms, who I thought did a brilliant job of actually getting us all to do the jazzy hands. We can all feel a wee bit silly sometimes doing that, but kind of actually doing that as a group kind of helped to demystify that a little bit. So thank you, Alex. Our acting president, Mark Steele, really well done kind of creating a topic that we can all relate to right now. And again, sort of setting a lovely tone, as I mentioned at the start, around kind of this is a place where, we can feel fearful, but it's okay. A recommendation for Mark might be a personal anecdote in there somewhere can help to convey that even more powerfully. Timekeeper, stepping in at the last minute, Ian Hawkins, really well done. You prepped, you got organised, you had your screens. It was brilliant. One thing I think Ian did really, really well is he helped Alex out. Alex isn't normally Sergeant at Arms, and he gave Alex a countdown before the meeting kicked off at 7:10. Again, sort of creating that sense of we're all here to help each other, bit of a community. Really nicely done, Ian. Our Toastmaster this morning, Mark Henley. Again, I mean, it was like you guys all talked behind the scenes about how we were creating a safe sort of space. Mark was encouraging us to play with that a little bit. He used a sandpit analogy and really nicely done, sort of saying he can't do this job by himself. He has a whole range of functionaries around him that help him to carry out his role. Lovely sense of including people, again, in this virtual environment is really, really difficult. Maybe carrying that on throughout the meeting, using language like we and our and us can really kind of help to keep that going. Sam is their table topics master. Brilliant, really clear, relatable topics. I think we saw that through the quality of the speeches that we had through table topics this morning. Really, really kind of easy, relatable names, smell, souls, stuff that we can all relate easily to. Maybe some stronger praise after each of the speeches can really kind of help other people feel confident coming into this fairly nerve-wracking space of delivering a table topic. A table topic evaluator, Sabrina. I think I counted something like 6 loves in Sabrina's evaluation. I was feeling the love, really effusive with praise, brilliant eye contact, really leaning in. I really sort of felt absorbed by Sabrina's really powerful positive feedback. Absolutely brilliant, Sabrina. Virginia, our first evaluator. I think the Toastmaster structure gives us a really kind of powerful way of sort of listening deeply and feeding back. And I think Virginia encompassed this brilliantly. She kind of got the thread of Paul's speech and sort of weaved that into her evaluation very, very effectively. Maybe a reference back to the speech objectives would have been helpful for me. Catalina is our second evaluator. Always gives a real warm, really powerful, strong smile, even when she's delivering some recommendations. You feel it's being given with warmth and empathy. Just a reflection, this sort of 2/3, 1/3 balance between recommendations and commendations, I felt was a wee bit off skew there. It could have been a bit more weighted to the commendations. Our third evaluator, Stephen Thomas, really well prepared. Stephen had thought about the speech objectives, and he gave some really sort of insightful feedback based on his wisdom and years of experience at doing this sort of job brilliantly, and gave us some really clear kind of technical descriptions, the repetition, despair, denial, vocal variety that we can all pick up and take for ourselves. It was a shame that we had the crackling audio, which detracted it a little bit. And last, but by no means least, a linguist, Maud, beautiful kind of word of the day today around freedom, again, sort of encapsulating that idea of fear coming into this space. It would have been lovely to have seen a little bit of that emotional content picked up in the evaluation. But you did reinforce some brilliant examples. Stephen sort of welcoming of the guests. You are most welcome here, and reinforcing that was really great to highlight that. And that sense of play that our Toastmaster encouraged us to toy with a little bit at the start. You sort of referenced back to that, which was brilliant. And I hope I can get through this, given the time, acknowledging the difficulty and sharing all of that feedback. And that is my difficulty. So I will stop there. Thank you, Mr. Timekeeper, and hand to your president, acting president, Mark Steele, over to you. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you very much, Jess, for that wonderful general evaluation. Well done, everybody. It's been a terrific meeting again here at Early Bird Speakers. We've not even had our breakfast yet.